One of my favorite things to do is talk about Voices of Affrilachia, especially when I'm on the road. You dig? We did that Greenville, North Carolina symposium. It was a success. Shout out to my sister Cretia, Lester, Asheville Event Company, Machine Gun, Amanda, Tess Monty, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that contributed to the planning. And it wouldn't have been possible without our comrades from the North Carolina Justice Center. You know how we coming. But got to talk about Voices of Affrilachia. And they even pronounced it right. I love it when people introduce me and pronounce it right. But many of y'all know about Voices of Affrilachia. This was created because of the lack of diversity in the behavioral health workforce. You dig? And with Voices of Affrilachia, I came up with it because it was a listening session. You know what I'm saying? Back in 2021, I was working at the YMI Cultural Center, and you can see all of this on the Operation Gateway website. But we did a listening session, and it was diversity. I'm talking about between credentialing, between age, between county of origin. I'm talking about we had black people in there from Buncombe, Transylvania County, Jackson County. We had McDowell County, Burke County, Rutherford County. We had black behavioral health professionals from all over, and we also had reverends in the room. And like the feedback that came from Voices of Affrilachia is what led to this. And many of y'all got certified as peer support specialists and community health workers by way of this. And so I'm just doing this video because I want to give a shout out to all the original voices that was in the room that was contributing to the dialogue, letting the state leaders know, like, we out here in Western North Carolina, we just ain't at the table. So we built one. You dig? Shout out to those who showed up. You can go on our website and you can check it out. You can see some of the details. But some, you know, just remembering back when we did the listening session, we had Leslie Blakely in the room from Jackson County. We had Jamia Davis from Transylvania County. Chris Forney representing McDowell County. We had Tor White in there representing Buncombe County. We had Lexi Wilkins Love and Respect representing Henderson Polk and Buncombe County. You had yours truly representing the rural black communities, period. You know what I'm saying? Born in Rutherford, family in Cleveland, been living in Buncombe for most of my life. You dig? Had me in there being the voice. You had Reverend Keith Lipsy in the room representing Rutherford County. We had, who else we having in that day? Who else? Dang. I hope I ain't leaving nobody out. We had my boy James Irby was there because he was my right-hand man when I was working at the YMI Cultural Center. Dang, who am I leaving out? If I am leaving somebody, we had Sharon Bristol Kincaid in the room. You know what I'm saying? LPC, working at AB Tech Community College, representing being a voice for the faith community as well. You know, she over there at Tribestone, whatever they be singing at Tribestone. They be singing at the Refreshing Center too. That's my home now. Hello, how you doing? But I'm gonna tell y'all, man, that Voices of Affrilachia, and it had a deliverable on that thing. You hear me? There was a deliverable, and and many resources came. A lot of people got housed. You feel me? A lot of people got credentials. A lot of people got access to treatment. You dig? And it's not just black servant. Hear it come from my mouth, Reverend Philip Cooper. Voices of Affrilachia is not just black servant. So if you want to tell Donald Trump that Voices of Affrilachia is one of those programs that he's trying to get rid of, tell him to check the data. And I guarantee you'll see that we have served mostly white folks, but we have guaranteed that black folks got access. That part. Appalachia strong, Affrilachia strong. Black led, super connected. That part. And we're doubling down on the mental health access as we move forward, you know, with the mental health first aid, youth mental health first aid, assist training, which is the applied suicide intervention skills training, the faith-based suicide intervention training that I'm doing called Soul Shop. I'm about to become a recovery coach trainer, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna keep this thing going. Shout out to my homie MGM Machine Gun Amanda that keeps the connections going hard in the rural west. Shout out to my homie Casey in Haywood County, my homie Nathan Cartwright in Haywood County, you know what I'm saying? We making sure this thing spread. You know what I'm saying? Transylvania County, stand up. What up, sis? Stephanie Callis, you know what I'm saying? Friends of John. You know how we come with the faith-based piece because the church has a role to play. And at Friends of John, our mission is to help people heal from church hurt, religious trauma, and spiritual harm. You know, and in Transylvania County, she putting that work in, connected with the Haven, and we're gonna keep it popping. You already know they got the Transylvania Henderson Reentry Council that was started. Yours truly was putting together them pieces because I had to fight for the underdog, and it's not all about me. All praise due to the Most High, but I'm gonna let y'all know how these things start. I'm gonna give you something to talk about. If you don't assume, I'm telling you, be careful with your assumptions. Ask me, I give you the game. I give you the game. And there's many that can tell you that I done gave them the game. Yeah, why? Because one man can't do all the work. One man can't do all the work, period. That's why it's about raising up the future. Like my cousin, the next peer support coming through. You know what I'm saying? You already know he about to get that weekend training in Charlotte when he off work from the manufacturer, that part. Because, you know, a lot of people got to work the manufacturing. Everybody get their manufacturing experience. Because you got to make good money. If you want to make good money and you ain't got no trade and all that other stuff, you're going to have to go to the manufacturer. That's just what it is. And you're going to have to persevere. And you're going to have to drink coffee. And you're going to, you might have to find a ride. But that's where you leverage your social skills to build relationships with other people that you're working with. And if you don't got those social skills, that's why I keep telling these people to quit just sending people to these houses and telling them to get a job. We need to help people develop their social skills, they soft skills, what I like to call essential skills, because there ain't nothing soft about it, you dig? And we got to make sure that people have those skills so when they do go to work, just in case, they got to communicate on break. You know what I'm saying? When they go outside to smoke and vape, like, hey man, hey, my name is Philip, man. You know, I haven't been working here long, but hey, if you be willing, man, I can shoot you a little something. If you can give me a ride, I just got out not too long ago, and I'm just trying to stay out of trouble. I live in a halfway house, but this Uber stuff is killing me, man. If you can give me a ride, I can shoot you a little something. That's how it go. But he about to be a peer support, and that's gonna stop. He about to be working in the field. I done got excited because I'm in here sipping on that. This is not no lean, but we don't sip lean, but we sip on that coffee. You know how us people in recovery do. We be drinking our coffee. This video done got long too, bro. I'm like at 7 minutes, and I only wanted to do a video about Voices of Affrilachia because I was giving him one of these because this is what's paying for his training. And then I got fired up and said I had to do a video. That's the extroverted Reverend Evangelist for you. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. They will be filled. Today is Good Friday. Thank you, Jesus. Bless up.